Good morning. Tomorrow I am racing in, Ferryville near La Crosse on the other side of the state for a gravel race. It's not really a race, it's more like an event. Some people race it, some people just kind of ride it. I know I can do it, but there's variables such as the weather. Apparently there was like a foot of snow earlier this week, and now it all like melted and it's been raining, so there's like flooding. So that's gonna be interesting. Charlie's watching TV. And yeah, but first race of the year, gravel race. Pretty excited. Not excited for it to have a high of 42 tomorrow, unless that changed. I hope it went up. Season 3, vlog 1. Let's get it. That was stupid. We're on the way to La Crosse, but we gotta make a very important stop first before we go to our actual destination.
And does anybody have any guesses?
We're going to a meat market, but not just any meat market.
We're not even going for the meat.
Yeah, they sell Hot Wheels too. I have a severe problem. Currently, it looks like I'm gonna be riding solo tomorrow, but my team manager that I was gonna ride with, he woke up and he was not feeling good this morning, and he tested himself for COVID and he tested positive, so obviously he's not gonna be there. Hopefully he'll be good, because next weekend there's another gravel ride race event thing that's a lot closer to where I live. It's not like on the other side of the state, so I'm probably gonna do that, but I am gonna miss the first mountain bike or race, or first wars race of the year, because I'm going to Tennessee on like a last minute trip to go to my cousin's graduation. Good morning, everybody. It is 6:05 a.m. I am on my way to the race, and it's currently 32 degrees and snowing. Can't wait to do this race today. Can't wait to spend probably at least 6 hours in the gravel that is now probably all mucky and muddy and wet. Who knows if I'm even going to be able to survive that long. I've never been so like excited but also not excited at the same time for something. Like I said, hopefully I can finish this race, because last time I did a race kind of like this, a gravel race, when it was cold and snowy, I only made it about 2 hours. But that was also different. It was colder and it was snowing a lot harder, and I didn't really have the right gloves and stuff, so what the fuck? Here it is. Lovely La Crosse, Wisconsin. I don't know why I do this to myself. Just a room full of strangers, looking for something to say. because I decided last second I was gonna put my shoe covers on and put hand warmers in my legs. First climb. Alrighty. Super steep. Cracked right now. I'm like mile 48 out of like 71, 72. Almost 4 hours in. I don't know how much climbing, but a lot, and there's about to be more. I was definitely not prepared for this. I'm finally starting to get back to being warm. It's freezing before. Just gotta keep on moving. Guys, I am done. I finished. I didn't die. My throat is kind of messed up from the cold, but I'm alive. I didn't freeze to death. I might have froze a couple times, but I'm okay. That was a very, very hard ride. Like, I was cracked at like mile 40 probably. It was the last like not 40, last like 30 miles. I still can't even think straight. Last like 30 miles were just brutal, like, especially because there's two really big climbs in kind of like the second half, and the last climb is like, it's not that bad, but towards the end it gets so steep, and I was just like begging for it to end. Like, it was bad. I went to a dark place a couple times. I'm happy I finished. I really was not like very prepared for this. I didn't really train that much, so I knew it was gonna be really hard. But when you add snow and sleet and muddy gravel, if that, or it's not really muddy, but you know, soft wet gravel, like it made it way more difficult. Like, I think my average speed was like 12.6 miles an hour or something like that. I'm gonna be hurting tomorrow, but like I said, I'm glad I finished. Mostly because, like I said, I wasn't really prepared for it, but mostly because I was really nervous about if my hands and feet were gonna stay warm, because I usually have kind of a little bit of an issue with that. And they stay dry, so that helps. But I was worried about them getting cold, which they did here and there, but almost like the sun came out and then I'd start climbing, my body heat would go up and it would help my feet and my hands, you know, get warm again. I did have to move my not my hand warmers, I get my feet warmers at one point, because I was like halfway through, like a mile, like 35, my toes were starting to get pretty cold, so I moved them like basically right underneath my toes, because I kind of just threw them in there. But then because I think I stopped for so long, because I had to like take my shoe covers off and my shoe off, I think it made my hands cold. So then I had to stop like immediately after I started again, and I had to like adjust my hand warmers. And then even after I adjusted them, my hands were like freezing for a while, for like 5-10 miles. Like my middle finger, which is the finger I usually use to shift, and my thumbs on both hands were like numb. Like I couldn't even feel them at all. My bike was like, just had gravel grit all over it, and my brakes sounded terrible. And then my gears were even worse. Like the last 30 miles, if I went into the biggest gear and then tried to shift one gear over, I wouldn't like move. I'd have to like shift like 4 times, and then it would jump to like the middle of the cassette, and then I'd have to downshift. So like my shifting was like really bad towards the end, just because I think there was so much like crap in it. But now I am on my way back to my girlfriend's grandma's house. I think we're going over to my girlfriend's aunt and uncle's house for dinner. I'm probably gonna be absolutely dead for the rest of the day. Oh God, it was really fun, but at the same time it was terrible. Like, it was probably one of the hardest rides I've ever done. I've had like some mountain bike races where it was like total mud fest, and there's only like 2 other mountain bike races that probably compete with how hard this race was. I'm happy I made it through, and I'm sure I'll be back next year, no matter, you know, whether it's like this or if it's 70 like it was last year. Race recap from yesterday. We're on our way home right now. So as you probably saw, I started with the group of people, like I started with everyone, and then at the last second I decided to stop in my car for 2 things. Number one, I grabbed more hand warmers and feet warmers, and then I also decided to put on my shoe covers, which then put me super far behind and caused me to basically lose the group. So then I ended up just like starting alone. I was pretty much just like all by myself for a while, and I think because of that I like pushed kind of hard for the first like 30 miles, almost like a little too hard, because then I sort of like bonked like halfway through. Then I was just like struggling for the last half of the race, and then the climbs, the last like 2 big climbs were just brutal. It was fun. It was brutal, but it was fun. Even with the snow and sleet and the wet, mushy gravel, and I don't know. It was a good time. I don't really know what place I got, because I don't even know if they really keep track, to be honest. I don't think they really do, besides like the top like 5 people. And I definitely was not top 5, because I was kind of hurting towards the end, as well as I started kind of dead last pretty much. But anyways, I'm gonna end the video now. We we still have like 3 hours left of our drive because we literally just started. Oh my God, Sparta, the bicycling capital of America. Crazy. Oh, there's a freaking like old fire truck. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and everything. And yeah, I'll see you guys probably next weekend doing the Cheesehead Roubaix. This was the Dairy Roubaix. Now I'm doing the Cheesehead Roubaix, which is a lot closer to me.
Roubaix.
And yeah, so that'll be fun. Can you stop? All right, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.